In this video, I'm going to be going over some creatures that could have been added to Ark, but were ended up getting scrapped. So all of these were posted, I believe, a few months ago by the person who makes all of the art for the dossiers and stuff like that. For the creatures in Ark Survival Evolved, he basically posted every single artwork he's made for Ark. And with that, he posted some of the ones that got scrapped as well. And I'm going to be going over all of those and showing you all the creatures that could have been added to Ark. This first one has some crazy funky name, but it's basically just a big carnivore. Would have been a lot like the other ones. I assume this would have been medium size, a little bit smaller than a T-Rex, but it would have been pretty good, decent carnivore to ride around and kill stuff on. Next is the Gigantoraptor, something like that. I'm not sure. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like a bird thing. I mean, you can see it right there. And it would be I imagine, really fast. I know it's really big, so it probably would have been a cool rideable mount to go and jump around. I think it would have been pretty unique. And then we have the Gorgonops, which was actually planned to be in the game a long time ago, and currently it's in the voting right now, and it's number 1 on the votes, so by the time you're watching this could actually be in the game, maybe, depending on how the votes go, so if it is added, then that's pretty cool. This next one is one that people have been begging Wildcard to add, but they haven't added it, but apparently they already had a artwork for it, and we're planning on adding it, and it is the Acro. This one's in the Ark Editions mod, of course, and that's why it's pretty popular, even though it is pretty popular dinosaur in real life too, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this one was in the works, and I think it would have been pretty cool. Next, we have the Coolosaurus. I know I definitely said that wrong like I have with most of these, and you guys are probably going to correct me in the names in the comment section. But this looks very similar to the Diplocaulus that we already have in the game, except for the difference it's got a little bit more fins, which is probably why they didn't add it, because it looks extremely similar. But I imagine it just would have been another underwater mount. Then we have the Tyuraptor, I think. This would have just been a small little... I imagine I think it would have been a shoulder pet. I don't think it would have been that big at all. Probably fast moving, just a small little creature. Kind of like the Microraptor or the Archaeopteryx. It looks similar too. Next we have the Cranioceros, I think. It's another one of the deer creatures. Its antlers are all kinds of weird. I don't really know how to describe what's going on with those antlers, but it would have been another deer creature. We only have one in the game, which is the Megaloceros, so I think that would have been pretty cool. Other than that, I don't really know a use for it in the game, which is probably why they didn't add it. Then we have the Platybiodon. These things are just getting harder to pronounce as the video goes on, but this is very similar to the Phiomia, except for the horns that are coming out of the side of its mouth, which actually I think that goes on with the Phiomia too, so I don't really know. There's not too much of a difference between this and the Phiomia, so that's probably why they didn't add it. This one would have been a creature for Scorched Earth, and it is called the Hive. We actually knew a little bit about this because it was in the, I believe it was in the dev kit a very long time ago, and you can probably look it up, but this is a full picture of it. It was been on Scorched Earth, and then it would spawn smaller bug insect things that would have come after you, so it just kept spawning them, and you had to kill this to stop them from spawning, so it would have been a pretty cool enemy to fight. I think it's a pretty unique creature too. Then we have the giant crab, which I know some people are going to say this is just the Carcanos, but this is definitely different. It looks more like an actual crab, and I mean, it just would have been a giant version of a regular crab, so that would have been pretty cool. This one was called the Wingless Dragon, and I think this one looks really sick. I wish this one would have been added, because I mean, people say it kind of looks like the Magmasaur. I do definitely think it looks a lot different. It does have some similarities, but I imagine this would have just been a giant powerhouse. Yeah, this would have been super fun to ride around on. And then we have the Desert Ray. At first I thought it was an underwater creature, but after hearing the name Desert Ray, I don't think it would have been an underwater creature. It probably would have been on Scorched Earth, maybe in the dunes. Maybe it flew, maybe it went inside the dunes, kind of like the Deathworm. I don't really know. We don't really know much about it. It does look pretty cool, and it's really unique. There's nothing I've seen similar to it. I mean, other than some fantasy underwater creatures, but this one definitely looks pretty cool. And this one, I don't even really know how to describe what the heck this thing is, but it looks pretty cool. It looks like it would have been a really annoying enemy, similar to the Nameless, where it's just all kinds of crazy looking, except for it would have been a lot bigger and I imagine a lot stronger and probably more annoying. But this one, it looks really cool. It looks really unique too. I think it would have been cool in the game. I just don't know where it was supposed to be added. So that is all the creatures that didn't get added to Ark. Let me know if creatures you thought would have been pretty cool, but other than that, make sure to follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, leave a like and subscribe, but thanks for watching, and bye.